Hi, I've lost my family.
Where did you see them last?
I forgot.
I was looking for something and Okay, totally get it. Date night.
I suffer from short-term memory loss. It runs in my family. At least I think it does. Where are they?
Dory, there you are! Look out!
Oh, look at this.
Our friend got taken into whatever this place is.
It's a fish hospital.
I feel fantastic!
Dude.
Finding Dory is a sequel to the 2003 film Finding Nemo. It's been a very eagerly awaited film because of the nostalgia that surrounds Finding Nemo. So, to get this out of the way, is this film better than Finding Nemo? No, but just by like a tad bit. The film this time around follows Dory, as the title says, and it's basically revolving around her and her quest to find her parents because of her short-term memory loss. She doesn't remember them, and she suddenly remembers that she has to have a family. So yeah, it centers on her going after her parents, and obviously Nemo and Marlin are back, and you see some of the old characters from the last film, plus some new characters. So first of all, I gotta say, this film is actually really funny, like funnier than a lot of comedies that come out. There's some adult humor thrown in there, and it's genuinely really funny. Like, most of the jokes hit, and I actually found myself laughing a lot more than I expected to. Also, I have to say that it surprised me that it felt a lot more different, from the first one than I expected to. This setting isn't completely in the ocean like the last film, which was basically set in the ocean, and then the finale was kind of like in the human world. Here it's actually kind of like the opposite. It's mostly set, with humans, and it's awesome seeing like their interactions with humans, and it does give the film a different vibe, which is awesome because I was afraid it was going to feel like a repeat of the first film, just focusing on Dory instead of focusing on Nemo and Marlin. I do have to say that it came to a point in the film where you kind of think it's going to end, and then it kind of does the thing where it doesn't, and then there comes a point where once again you're like, okay, now it's ending, and it doesn't. And I just wish they didn't go that route, because it does kind of feel repetitive, because like everything's kind of wrapping up nicely, and then they kind of like have a new situation to deal with, and it kind of gets old after a while. And also, it doesn't really get to that emotional height that something like Toy Story 3 or Inside Out got. It tries to, but it isn't as effective as in those films. I do have to say though that Dory as a central character does work, which I was afraid she might not work because she was a supporting character in Finding Nemo, and she can get I thought she would get kind of annoying because of her short-term memory loss. And she could be kind of dumb in Finding Nemo, but since she was a supporting character, you just kind of laughed at it, and that was it. But they did manage to balance the fact that, yeah, she's kind of dumb at times and she forgets things, and they kind of balanced it well with not going overboard with that and just focusing on that. So yeah, I don't want to say any more because I think it would spoil the whole experience, but that's really it. And by the way, the new characters are awesome, especially the octopus Hank, and it was a nice surprise because sometimes I thought that the new characters wouldn't work, and that we just kind of want to see the old characters due to the nostalgia factor of it. But no, it actually works. Like, I actually was more interested in the new characters than some of the older characters. So yeah, nicely done. I do kind of hope they don't go and try to make a trilogy out of this, because I don't see like another film coming out. I don't know. Yeah, Pixar can find a way, but I do hope they leave the whole thing like this, because it was awesome revisiting it. It was a great film, but I think I don't think there's any more stories to be told, especially since when they announced this, I kind of thought, oh, maybe it's a cash grab, but they managed to actually make a story that makes sense, and they actually kind of connect some moments of the first film with this one, and you're like, oh, so now like everything kind of makes sense, which is awesome, but I don't see a way in which they would make a third film. But yeah, this definitely recommended, especially if you grew up with Finding Nemo. It's awesome seeing all these characters again. So definitely worth checking out. Very funny. Not as emotional as it could have been, but still, it's a great film, great voice acting, great animation. So yeah, I 100% recommend seeing it in the theater, because it really is a great film.